Today, we are going to be talking about fitness, getting in shape, getting buff, getting ripped for software developers. I want to talk about this because I have a lot of coaching clients of mine, a lot of software developers that are constantly asking me about fitness advice. And the problem with you guys is that you're busy. And so it's difficult to get in shape. It's difficult to find the time to exercise, to go to the gym. So I'm going to give you the very, very simplified version of what I'm actually doing that is allowing me to have the best physique that I've ever had with as little effort as possible. So the very first thing that you need to do, more important than anything else, is diet. It's going to be 90% of your results, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So here's the first thing. OMAD, 1 meal a day. If you do 1 meal a day, you're going to find that everything just is simple. You don't have to worry about breakfast and lunch and all that. You just eat dinner. Now, we'll have a slight modification for this in a second here, but that's the staple. Whether you're trying to lose fat or gain muscle, you should be doing OMAD. And the reason why is because a lot of the body composition changes are at the hormonal level. There's, yes, calorie deficit and whatnot, and which it will put you in calorie deficit for the most part. But at the hormonal level, it's going to increase your HGH, which is human growth hormone, which is muscle preserving. And it's going to put you in a prime state to gain muscle when you do take in food. And it will also help you to lose fat and preserve muscle at the same time. So very, very important. And it's really, really simple. You don't need much discipline or willpower because you just say, I don't eat until 5 every day. Now, the second thing we're going to do with diet, another simple thing, is we're going to eat really high amounts of protein. So I've talked about this for a while, but I've experimented with this and I have found that by increasing protein, phenomenal results. We're talking about gaining muscle, losing fat at the same time, even in a deficit. In fact, they did some studies where they had people who were training lifting weights and people who were not lifting weights that were just doing nothing. And they gave them both, they increased their protein by something like 50%. It was a huge amount of protein that they were eating, over 1 gram per pound of body weight. And they found that the people that were lifting gained muscle, but the people who did nothing at all also gained muscle, which was crazy. So I said, damn, protein is way bigger than what I thought. And it seems like there's no upper limit to the benefits of the protein intake. There's a lot of people that were worried about, kidneys and all this stuff. Nope, there's no good science for that. That's bad science. It's debunked. There is no kind of kidney problem from eating too much protein. So if you can get around 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, right? Now, obviously, if you're really overweight, really fat, it's going to be hard to hit that. So you might have to taper that down. But if you're in a medium range of body fat, it's going to seem like a lot, but it is going to do really well for you. For example, I'm 220 pounds. I'm pretty lean. I'm about 230 now, actually. I got a little bit fatter, but I try to hit about 300 grams of protein per day. It's not quite that 1.5, but it's over 1 pound. So somewhere over 1 gram per pound of body weight is really what we want to hit. So high protein. And then if you're trying to lose fat, if you're overweight, high fiber. So far, just to recap, we're going to do 1 meal a day, fast until 5 o'clock every day. I know this is kind of hard. You need to track macros, but in that meal, try to eat high protein. And if you're trying to lose fat, high fiber as well. Now, I can give you some tips on some of the foods that you can do for high protein. In fact, if you want to get some information about the foods for high protein, go over to my other website, go to bulldogmindset.com. And there's a quiz there, a Bulldog quiz. Take that quiz and it'll put you on my email list because I'm about to make a huge email that's going to talk about all the protein sources and where to get them in my Amazon list of all the protein hacks that I do. So go check that out. Now, the second thing that you can do with the diet is if you're having trouble getting all the protein in or you're having trouble getting all the calories in, instead of just doing a straight OMAD, and you can break it at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the day, just a little bit after lunch, and make it through lunchtime and then a little bit afterwards, and just have some protein, like a protein shake, some protein chips, something that is a very, very high protein meal, just to break it up a little bit. It'll actually help you to gain a little bit more muscle if you do that way. Now, the next thing, we're not going to do cardio, not a lot of cardio. It's not necessary. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the gym and we're going to lift, but we're only going to lift for around 20 to 25 minutes a day. That's all we need to do. So 3 full body workouts per week. You can do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever you want to do, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And you're going to just do a full body workout, hitting each body part 1 set to absolute failure. No bench pressing for 3 sets, 5 sets. Like you said, I used to do 2-hour workouts. No, it's unnecessary. And so there's a lot of science behind this. I don't have the time to get into the details of this. If you want to see someone who has broken into the details of it, my good friend, Jay Vincent, you can check out his YouTube channel. He talks about this stuff. But essentially it comes down to this, is all you have to do is do one set to absolute failure where you can't move the bar anymore or you can't move the weight anymore. Slow and controlled. That's it. All we're trying to do is trying to exhaust all the muscle fibers and focusing on the contraction. Just one set per body part. Listen to what I'm saying here. Believe me, it will save you a shit ton of time. The other thing we're going to do with this is we're not going to do squats and deadlifts and all that stuff. That's going to injure you. Machine weights, just machines. I just do machines. And I literally just got a machine for 20 minutes and that's it. That's all you need to do. If you're eating super high protein, like I'm saying, and you do that, you're going to gain muscle and you're going to gain it more efficiently because you're going to have a lot of recovery time as well. So that's all you need to do. Now, when I say to absolute failure, I mean absolute failure. The thing that you want to do also is, let's say you're doing a bench press machine. Don't do the full range of motion, like all the way up here and all the way back here. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to just bring it up to where you have your strongest point and don't extend all the way out. Just do kind of a baby rep, just your strongest point. Now, again, I don't have time to get into all the science behind this, but part of the reason for doing this is because all we need to do is totally exhaust the muscle fibers. And a lot of exercises, we exhaust them at the weakest point where we're not recruiting the maximum muscle fibers. Wherever you're the strongest, that's where you're recruiting the maximum muscle fibers. And so we want to burn those out and then keep on going as long as we can to try and recruit more muscle fibers and burn those out as well. And if we do that, we get the maximum response that we need, plus we get maximum recovery. That's all you need to do. So my routine is this. I do a chest machine, and then I do a back machine, like a pull down or a row. And then I go and I do a shoulder machine. And then I like to do side lateral shoulders just to hit the side delts. It's not absolutely necessary, but I like to do that. And then I will go and do a bicep machine, or sometimes I'll just do free weights for the biceps because it feels good, but just slow and controlled. And then I'll do a tricep machine or push downs. And then I will hit an ab machine. Again, same training with abs. Don't do a bunch of sets. Just do heavy weight and just controlled, slow until you burn out the muscle. Just one set, that's all you need. And then I will do a leg press machine. Now, I don't do as much on the lower body because I run. And so that's the next optional thing that you could do. So if you just do what I'm saying right now, if you just do the OMAD and you eat high protein and you just hit the gym like that, you're going to see crazy transformations. I promise you. Now, the next thing that you can do if you want to take this to the next level, I go and I run on the trails every other day. So 4 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. You don't have to do it, that much. And it's high intensity. Like my heart rate is high almost the whole time. That melts fat off like crazy because there's this thing called EPOC, exercise post-oxygen consumption. So basically what it means, again, maybe the acronym I have it slightly wrong, but it means that after you do these high intensity workouts, your body needs to repair and replenish and get a lot more oxygen that it needs to take in. And so you end up, your respiratory rate actually goes up. If you have one of these Oura rings, you'll see this. And so you burn a bunch of calories after the workout. I didn't really believe in this that much before until I started doing this and I started seeing this result. So what you can do is you can do something like Orange Theory. If you've seen those, that you have those all around, or you can just run hard, run fast, run at high heart rate zones, not the low heart rate zones, or run up mountains or do any kind of thing. You could do jump rope, you could do kickboxing. That's a great one as well. But if you do that kind of thing, it's going to just add to that and help you to burn fat faster. So anyway, I know that's a lot here, but if you follow this kind of formula that I've laid out here, you're going to get phenomenal results in a short amount of time. And I know that saving your time is really important. So if you want, like I said, to get some more information about this, there's a couple things you can do. Follow my Instagram at Bulldog Mindset, or go to bulldogmindset.com and then sign up there, take the quiz and get on the email list. And you'll find out, I'll send out the list of all the protein hacks and stuff like that. You can also join the Bulldog Mindset membership. I've got a ton of information on there if you want to check that out. And yeah, and you're a software developer, I'm assuming you are if you're watching this video, check out my books on Amazon. Just look for John Sonmez or look for Simple Programmer. We just published this new book, Battle Hardened Developer. I've got a couple of books out there, really designed at soft skills for software developers. That's kind of what this channel is focused on, is teaching you the other stuff, the software developer, making your life better as a software developer. That's it. So let me see your guns next time.